Explorers always keep up with the latest trends, especially in technology. The newest one to hit campus will help our emergency alert system. Hello, I'm Madison Elliott.
And I'm Steve Graham. Everyone jokes that having children can take years off your life, but a popular study is proving quite the opposite. We have all this and more coming up next on LTV News, where the action never stops.
Hello and welcome to LTV News, where we bring you everything from LaSalle, Philadelphia, and the world.
There is a lot to catch up on in the next half hour as LTV News reporter Corey Meredith sat down with the project coordinator for the Big Brother, Big Sister campus program for this week's interview. But let's start with the buzz around campus.
If you haven't been getting alerts sent to your email or phone, it's because LaSalle has a new emergency alert system. The new system, called RAVE, makes sure that all students, staff, and faculty members receive alerts through text, email, and voice messages. The school is asking that everyone update their emergency contact information by going to lasalle.edu/alerts. From here, you'll be able to add, update, or delete your information.
LaSalle students are excited to have not one, but 2 snow days this year. Our own Salle, Montana had some fun with residents during the most recent snowstorm. Check it out.
A nor'easter hit the Philadelphia area on Tuesday, March 14th, and brought along 7 inches of snow. It was another snow day for LaSalle, but it was not quite like the last one.
During maybe like 12 o'clock, a lot of people came in, which I was very surprised about because I work at the library. I wouldn't go into the library normally on a snowstorm, but we were there just in case, I guess.
This storm had much more snow and sleet, which resulted in many workers cleaning up the mess, as well as students trying to dig out their cars. This brought laughter to some, while others were extremely frustrated.
It wasn't too bad.
I was not really surprised, it's winter, but my only thought was that I have to go into work today because the library does not close.
I personally liked it. I'm a fan of snow. I know it's not a very popular opinion, but I was excited.
Throughout the day, LaSalle made sure to have crew out plowing, shoveling, and salting the sidewalk in order for students to get through and grab something to eat. After a long, chilly and snowy day, LaSalle made the decision that classes will be held the next day. For LTV News, I'm reporter Salle, Montana.
Well, it was great to have another snow day. We definitely weren't expecting it. How did you spend yours, Steve?
I mean, I liked watching Callie's point of view camera vision there. That
The
was
little
pretty cool
snip
to
at the
watch.
end.
But I just enjoyed a day off. I mean, it was a little bit, felt more like a snow day than the first one LaSalle got.
Definitely.
6-7 inches on the ground, but it was a nice day off, nice Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll take it, right? Well, despite the snow, officially, spring has sprung. Get your business attire ready because the Spring Job Fair is coming back to LaSalle. The fair will be held in the Heyman Center on March 30th from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock. This event is open to students of all majors and class levels. Recruiters will be available to discuss undergraduate and graduate internships, co-ops, part-time jobs, and full-time jobs. Students can network with a variety of companies that will be on campus.
March 21st marked the beginning of LaSalle's Campus Movie Fest competition. This will be the festival's 7th straight year, visiting 20th and only. Campus Movie Fest, commonly known as CMF, is a week-long filmmaking competition where students have exactly 1 week to make a 5-minute short film. Students can make their movie about anything they want, as long as all of their filming is done between March 21st and March 27th. Participants are provided with camera equipment, audio equipment, and a laptop with editing software to create their miniature masterpiece. The top 16 films produced will screen at a red carpet ceremony in the Tom Goal Arena on April 6th. The top 4 films will advance to compete at the national finals in Atlanta, Georgia. There are over 50 school CMF visits, so LaSalle's top 4 will compete against finalists from other schools around the United States. We wish the best of luck to all student filmmakers participating in the competition.
LaSalle University will be hosting a supply drive for Logan Elementary School. The event follows a new school initiative and is sponsored by the community, LaSalle Dining, and Intern U. Students, faculty are encouraged to donate any type of school supplies. This could include markers, colored pencils, pen, or paper, and notebooks and crayons. The collection is currently happening and will continue until March 27th. There are drop-off locations in many areas throughout campus, such as B&G, Treetops, the School of Business, the Communications Center, and the Alney Atrium.
In tradition of the Christian Brothers, LaSalle University is committed to giving back to the community. The university partners with the Big Brother, Big Sister program to bring great service opportunities to campus. LTV News reporter Corey Meredith got the chance to sit down with LaSalle's very own project teamwork coordinator, graduate student Allie Waddington. Check it out.
Hello, I'm Corey Meredith, and today I'm sitting down with the recruiter of the Big Brother, Big Sister organization, Allie Waddington. Allie, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So just to start out, let's clarify what exactly is the Big Brother, Big Sister organization.
Okay, so Big Brothers Big Sisters is a school-based mentoring program for young kids, and what we do at LaSalle is I help recruit our students, student athletes and students in general, to go over to Logan Elementary School to either tutor, hang out with, really mentor an elementary school student.
And now, is this organization just at LaSalle, or is this an organization that's at other schools, other universities in the area, or all over the globe?
Yeah, this is an organization that is definitely at other schools. I know Penn, Temple, Drexel, a lot of the Philly schools also have this program. And it's not just school-based. I know there's a program right around the corner from my house at home that does this, so it's all over.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
And let's talk a little bit about your job. So you're a recruiter. So what do you look for in students that could potentially be helpful mentors to these even younger students?
Yeah, so like I said, we, so through Project Teamwork, since I'm the Project Teamwork coordinator, all the recruitment for LaSalle University goes through us. So we're not just looking for athletes, but we're looking for really any students who want to be a role model for these students over at Logan Elementary School.
And then how do these students get paired up? So you're looking at the younger students. How do you pair them up to have a mentor? So like, how did Logan Elementary School get chosen to be one of the schools that participates in this organization?
Right, so it's really, it's a local elementary school, so Temple would have one of its local elementary schools. So we, since Logan is so close and it's within walking distance, it's really easy for our students to get over there.
Do you know how often these students meet with one another and how long the process lasts?
Yeah, so right now, currently, we're taking applications for next fall for people to get paired up. So they'll apply online. Big Brothers Big Sisters will contact them to set up an interview. And then once the interview process is through, our students will go through background checks, and then they'll get a call back in the fall once a student becomes available to be paired up with our student.
And then how long are they paired for?
They're paired for the whole school year, so late September through May, and they'll go over to Logan Elementary School once a week for about an hour during their littles' lunch period, and they can really do whatever, eat lunch with them, go out to recess with them, help them with homework, tutor them. It's really all based on what the big and the little want to do.
Are there specific subject matters that the big is supposed to cover with the little? Like, say they're struggling in certain areas, are there things that they should specifically look for, or is it just kind of subject based?
It's kind of just subject based. Really, whatever the little is struggling with, the big can certainly help them with.
So if you build a really special bond with your little, and you want to say you're not graduating, you want to come back the next year, and that person is available once again, could you kind of choose to repick that person so that you can continue building that strong bond?
Yeah, you can definitely request the same little from year to year. And I think that really helps with the connection. Like I said, especially in today's society, there's people growing up with kind of negative influences around. So I think that consistent mentor and role model is really helpful to the littles.
What do you think it means to the littles to have somebody that they can look up to, maybe even contact? I'm not sure if that's how it works, but what do you think that means to them to have somebody there for them as an extra support system?
I think it means a lot. A lot of these kids I know don't really have that role model at home and may not have a big brother or a big sister. So having our students go over to Logan and take time out to really focus just on them and give them the attention that they deserve and that they need, I think it really goes a long distance. And I know some of the benefits for these students, they are more prone to go to college, they're less likely to skip school, and it has been shown that these kids really do increase their academic performance with bigs.
It seems really self-fulfilling for the mentors as well to be able to see this growth in their littles, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So that's really nice too. But talking back about the recruitment process, because that's your specific role, what do you look for in the applicants that you guys hire, or that the interview process? What type of mentorship characteristics have to be, able to give to these other students?
Right. So it's really open to all majors. So major doesn't really matter in this situation. We're looking for people who are going to be dedicated and are going to spend the time with the littles, and are really just going to be there for them and are trustworthy people.
Now, do you reach out to specific people, or is it kind of like a large spread email that gets sent out to all students and then people that are interested would apply?
Yeah, it's really a widespread email. So I'll reach out to coaches of all of our athletic teams, and then Dan Lobaz in our department, in our athletic communications department, he'll send out a mass email to all students with all the recruitment information. And then I'll be tabling actually tomorrow and for the next couple of weeks in the union. So I'll have printed applications for people to fill out, and people can also apply online as well.
Oh, that's cool. So do you know how many spots are available? Like how many new applicants they're wanting, and how many are returning, if you know that as well?
So for the spring right now, I know that Big Brothers Big Sisters is looking to take 35 interviews. And interviews are right on campus in the New Worcester apartments, so it's very convenient for our students to go over there and get interviewed. So yes, they're looking for 35 interviews, and for next year they would like to have 60 matches from LaSalle University. I know there's 40 athletes, a little over 40 athletes paired, and I think we hit the goal this past year with 60 applicants. So I'm not sure, they're not sure yet who is returning and how many returners they're gonna have for next year, but 60 total matches from LaSalle is the goal for next year.
Well, I mean, it seems like a really great program to get involved with it. Not only the students, but the littles as well. And it seems like it's going to be a really good sponsorship, mentorship that could benefit both the parties in the future. That's all the time that we have for today. But if you guys want to get involved, I would really consider signing up online or checking out the tabling tomorrow. So thank you so much, Allie, for joining us today. And we'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
Pleasure now.
Thanks, Corey, for that. So this is a really great program, and I've had the chance to be involved with it a little bit, and especially for student athletes. Allie only touched on it a little bit, but for athletes who really can't get involved because of practice schedules, this allows them an opportunity to get involved with the community.
I was going to say, well, I know you're on the track team, but is it just an athlete program? But it's cool they're welcoming in the rest of the student body, whoever has mentoring abilities, all of LaSalle can get involved to help this Logan Elementary students.
Yeah, it's really
Pretty
great.
Cool program.
So it's time for our first break, but when we come back, we'll tell you all about the shocking discovery found in a Philadelphia parking lot that has garnered national attention. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm John. I'm Eddie, and we are hosts of LaSalle TV's favorite game show, Q&A.
Hey John, I got a question for you. All right. At what time can viewers catch new episodes of Q&A on LaSalle TV? Is it A, Monday at 6:30, B, Tuesdays at 9:30, or C, all the above?
Is it C?
It is C, all the above.
All the above, wow.
Be sure to check out new episodes of Q&A only on LaSalle TV.
Hi, this is Eddie Dunn, host of LaSalle's favorite TV game show, Q&A. I'm here today to tell you to watch LaSalle TV. Though if you're seeing this commercial, that means you're already watching LaSalle TV. So I guess keep it up. You're doing an awesome job. I hope you like what you're seeing. Good job.
Another report dealing with the Philadelphia School District has surfaced. The Philadelphia School District announced this past week that they will likely be giving funding cuts to charter schools. Philadelphia has a total of 86 charter schools, and each will be affected by this budget change. The announcement piggybacks off the school district's chief financial officer, Yuri Monson's belief that the state will soon crack down on the city and cite overfunding of charter schools. Monson addressed the issue, noting that charter schools would likely have to pay the district more than $300 per student in standard classes and $1,000 for students in the special education programs. There are 65,000 students in the Philadelphia charter school system, so these figures would greatly impact the income of the school district. If these changes are made, the school district would receive over $19.5 million through the remainder of the year. Charter school founders Loranda Byers and Scott Gordon have respectively called the cuts distressing and very painful.
A Philadelphia construction project gained national attention after a number of coffins were found buried under a parking lot in Old City. The construction team from the PMC property groups stopped working after the discovery was made. Historians believe that the caskets are from the First Baptist Burial Ground, which dates back to 1707. The coffins were meant to be transferred when the cemetery relocated to Southwest Philadelphia in 1859, but evidently they were never moved. Archaeologists have unearthed over 30 coffins so far, but speculate that there could be more still buried. Archaeologists plan to study the remains before reburying them in the Mount Moriah Cemetery in Southwest Philadelphia.
Love Park has delayed its opening demolition for renovating the park. It has been underway since February of last year. The park was set to officially reopen this spring, but due to unexpected delays, the opening has been pushed back to September. While under construction, a ventilation system and water main were found below the surface of the park's ground. No one was aware of these hidden structures because the original plans for the park were lost. The budget for the Love Park renovation was planned to be $16 million. However, unexpected problems such as the water main have increased the budget to $20 million.
Legal action has been taken in order to determine the most controversial question in the state of New Jersey. Is it called pork roll or Taylor ham? This question has arguably been the debate that has divided the state of New Jersey. Generally, North Jersey refers to the meat as Taylor ham, while South Jersey refers to the meat as pork roll. The meat was credited to John Taylor, who first sold the new product in 1856, giving it the name Taylor ham. A few years later, a butcher created his own recipe and called the food pork roll. There has been controversy ever since. In an attempt to settle the debate, State Assemblyman Tim Eustace introduced two bills in the summer honoring both names for the meat, as well as starting up an online survey in order to gain the public's opinion. Whether it be Taylor ham or pork roll, the one thing that New Jerseyans can agree on is the deliciousness of the breakfast meat.
We're going to settle this debate right now.
He's from New Jersey. What is it?
There's tissues and there's Kleenex. Kleenex is a brand. Taylor ham is a brand. Taylor ham is a brand of pork roll. Pork roll is the meat. But what can unite New Jersey is that they're also trying to make pork roll and cheese the national or the state sandwich. So that's pretty cool.
Wow.
But it's pork roll. Philadelphia Wine Week is back for its 4th year. The week will be celebrated all across the city, ranging from large to small restaurants and fancy to casual venues. There are 50 registered this year. Some venues feature ticketed events, while others pay as you go. Wine Week started on Monday at the Academy of Natural Sciences with the opening cork kickoff party. Wine Week continues throughout the week and ends Sunday, March 26th.
Coming up after this last break, we will tell you about the new Trump-imposed restrictions that could affect your airplane carry-on luggage. We will also discuss how your comfortable clothes could be hurting the environment. Stay tuned.
We see stories of fear, despair, and poverty, but they can end with courage, hope, and love. With you, be a part of writing a story that's greater than poverty. Learn how at worldvision.org.
Hi, Eddie Dunn here with LaSalle's favorite TV game show, Q&A. Do you know that LaSalle TV reaches over 300,000 homes in the Philadelphia area? Probably, right? Did you also know there's actually 13 zodiac constellations and not 12? The 13th is called Ophiuchus. But we got rid of that one because it sounds dumb, and also 13 is an unlucky number. So that's why we have 12. Where'd you learn that? LaSalle TV.
Biggest news of the show. LTV News reporter Dave Roberts is here to make his debut. Get ready, people. He's talking March Madness. What's your take, Dave?
Hi. Thank you, Steve. First thing I'd like to say is there weren't too many big upsets in the round of 64. The only real big upset there was SMU. They lost to a playing team that had to play to get in, USC, but they actually played a really good game because they came back, I think, a 12-point deficit. So that's one big thing. In the round of 32, there were a lot of big upsets. There was Villanova, and the biggest one, I think, was Duke. That was really surprising. And Louisville also lost to Michigan, which is not that surprising because it's a 7-team, but we'll see what happens.
From our area, Dave, we know people were shocked by Villanova. They win the national championship last year, and they're knocked out in the opening weekend.
By a seed 8 team.
By a seed 8 team, and this is the 5th time in 7 years that they haven't made it out the opening weekend. What did you think about watching Villanova lose that game?
You know, I wasn't really shocked because, you know, it's really hard to go back-to-back in this tournament. But the thing that was surprising was they were up the whole game. In the last 4 minutes, it just looks like they fell apart. And Wisconsin just took the opportunity to go ahead and just win the game.
And you know, this is not the first time that Wisconsin has been an upset. Apparently, forget the number of years ago, but they did this on a day back in history. Yep, and Wisconsin was number seed 8 and came back and came.
Yeah, well,
so
the beginning of this
they're
tournament,
a comeback team.
In the beginning of this tournament, there really wasn't too many upsets, but then we got to see Duke and Villanova, like you said, Dave. But now we're on to the Sweet 16. What's the upset we're going to see in the Sweet 16?
The biggest upset I think you're going to see is you're going to have Michigan over Oregon because Michigan they're just playing really good basketball right now. Storyline-wise, they had a plane crash a couple weeks ago. No one was injured, but like they're obviously going to come together as a team to make sure that they play well. So I think you're going to see Oregon go down. Also, Baylor might go down because, you know, in the past couple of years, you never really see Baylor go too far, but they've been playing really good basketball, so you never know this year with them.
Okay, and now a lot of brackets are busted, but I'm sure you have one going. Who's your champion? Who you got going all the way?
I still got UNC going all the way. They're actually the only one still in my Final Four, but we'll see what happens. You never know in this tournament, you know. That's why it's called March Madness, because anything can go. That's possible. Madness. But a lot of players who still aren't in the tournament are in consideration for the Naismith Player of the Year, the overall MVP, the most valuable player of the college basketball year. Who's your pick, Dave? I think you're going to have to go Lonzo Ball. I mean, he's just playing really good basketball right now. UCLA has a very good history, and in the past couple of years, they haven't been too good. But I think this year is one of their best teams just because of him. He's probably going to go top 5 in the NBA draft this year, so I think you might have to give him the award.
I mean, you mentioned again Lonzo Ball, one of the top players in the country. He's in the run with Villanova's very own Josh Hart, who had an incredible senior year. But UNC, you have UNC going back to the championship. They're going to be playing in Phoenix, I believe in the Cardinal Stadium. So last year was played in the Houston Stadium. And a lot of these players complain about playing on football fields of just the overall environment. There's so many more people that you can cram into a football field for a basketball game. But what are your thoughts on putting these games in these big venues like this?
Well, obviously, money-wise, that's great stuff because it's a lot of money you can make off that. But I mean, I can just understand from an athlete point of view that if you're playing in such a big crowd like that, that's a lot of pressure going on them. Including if you're seniors, you know, you could be used to that. But including if you're a freshman playing in that type of environment, it's really tough with all the big lights.
Well, Dave, thank you for updating us on the bracket. We look forward to these upcoming weeks. We've got Sweet 16, Elite 8. It's coming down to the end. It's going to certainly get exciting. So thank you, Dave, for joining us.
Well, moving on to some national news, the Trump administration has put restrictions in effect against carry-on electronic devices. This legislation affects only airplanes coming to the United States from 10 airports in the Middle East and North Africa. According to the Department of Homeland Security, passengers are not allowed to bring tablets, portable DVD players, laptops, and cameras and carry-on luggage. However, they can be packed into checked bags. The restriction arises after reports of militant groups trying to smuggle explosive weapons and electronic devices. The airports affected have 9 airlines that fly to the United States 50 times a day.
Well, we all enjoy lounging around in hoodies and sweatpants on lazy days, but Gulf Coast researchers have recently shared that these comfortable clothes are surfacing as a leading seawater pollutant. Researchers are launching a 2-year study on microscopic plastics in the ocean water from the Florida Keys to South Texas water. The Mississippi-Alabama Sea Grant Group is taking the lead on this study to investigate microfibers, which are tiny shreds of plastic found in yoga pants, fleece jackets, and synthetic fiber athletic wear. According to researchers, these microfibers flow through the drain system to the sea after nylon and polyester clothing goes into the laundry cycle. The Mississippi-Alabama Sea Grant Group will base their study on the recent findings of Maya McGuire, a researcher from the University of Florida, who first discovered the microfibers in the digestive systems of sea life. Clothing companies like Patagonia are supporting these efforts and promoting laundry tips to limit microfiber shedding. While the new study is underway, McGuire believes, quote, "We need improvement in technology of washing machines and wastewater treatment," end quote.
Here's a shocker. According to a new study, having kids could help you live longer. The study published in the Journal of Epidemiology and Community Health finds that having children can extend your life up by 2 years. The increased life expectancy equally impacts both mothers and fathers. The researchers analyzed over 700,000 men and 700,000 women, exploring variables of marital status, the number of children had, and the sex of the children they had. The results showed an average of a 2-year life expectancy increase when compared to men and women without children. The study leader, Dr. Karen Modig, said the fact that, quote, "the association increased the parent's age and was somewhat stronger for the non-married may suggest that social support is a possible explanation," end quote. Well, that just about does it for this episode, but be sure to find us on the web as well as the rest of LaSalle TV on our Facebook page. We love to hear your thoughts, so tweet at us using our Twitter handle and start the conversation.
If you missed the scoop and wanted to see it, you can find all the episodes on YouTube on our LaSalle TV page.
Until next time, for Steve, Dave, and our entire crew, I'm Madison Elliott. Thanks for watching LTV News, where the action never stops.
The action never stops.